At Embrace Orthodontics, we straighten and align teeth, and we do so for children or adults. And we have a variety of options so that they can go through this experience feeling empowered as they go through the whole process. It's a warm, comforting environment that speaks to teenagers and adults, so everyone feels comfortable.
There's a cold wind blowing eastward, and it's calling me back home.
Hi everyone, and thanks for watching Season 3 of Places and Spaces.
We bring you stories from the most talented architects, brokers, contractors, and designers from all over Maine.
And if you're wondering what it's like to build, remodel, or invest in communities across the state, we hope to inspire you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now let's see where today's episode takes us.
Both my grandfathers were carpenters. One was a home builder, and one was more of an artist doing wood reliefs. And as a kid, I'd always enjoyed working around the house and doing odd jobs as well. And I started working very young around town in Portland and really enjoyed construction and design, and it just grew from there.
I'm a Mainer, I'm a mom, and I'm co-owner of Muse Relations, a PR firm in Portland. And when I'm not working, you can find me with my bees, my chickens, my dogs, or my son down on Maggie's farm.
I'm Vitalist. I grew up in Maine, sailing up and down the coast with my family and hiking and skiing in the mountains. I moved away after college, but came back 15 years ago to raise my family here and just enjoy everything Maine has to offer.
I grew up in a little island on the coast of Maine called Eastport. It's a really tight-knit community, a really beautiful little island, and it really taught me the importance of having a really strong, great relationship that I could carry over into my business now.
Hi, I'm Barrett, owner of Barrett Made. When I'm not working, I love to spend time with my wife and kids on the lake.
I'm Dot Ollier. I'm a real estate agent with Remax Riverside. I'm also a part-time farmer. We paint, we hay, it's a busy life.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this episode of Places and Spaces. Today we are visiting Belfast. This mid-coast town has a beautiful appeal of historic charm and architectural delights. The tight-knit community comes together to celebrate the inspired art scene, ample opportunities to be outside, and an authentic love for this small town. Belfast's quintessential brick downtown was built after two large fires in the late 1800s. The commercial district is so charming that it is included on the National Register of Historic Places. Because of the number of sea captains that lived here during the historic shipbuilding boom, nods to the sea are found throughout the stately homes, many of which are now being renovated back to their original glory. Today we will check in on the progress of a Gothic Victorian renovation, see a cabin reveal, tour the library, and learn what it's like to live like a local. But first, we are at Phoenix Landing, a very cool glamping site on Toddy Pond where you can stay in a teepee, explore the lake, and relax all year long.
Welcome to Phoenix Landing, a very special piece of land that we found after we had spent weeks and weeks and weeks looking for a place to rent to camp in the winter, a little cabin or something. We couldn't find it. So on New Year's Day, I looked online and boom, this property became available. We jumped in the car, immediately came out here and fell in love. So we made an offer the next day and boom, we got it.
Honestly, like when I first came out here, I was not that impressed. I was just like, oh man, this cabin is pretty wonky. It's got some bad supports on it. But Ashley was really the one that had the vision. She was like, no, look, this place could be really beautiful. It just needs a little bit of love, and a little bit of money, a little bit of work. And as she started to describe it, I kind of got on board. It's like, yeah, I think you're right. So we jumped on it.
There's 5 acres here, and it's on Toddy Pond, which is a private pond. It's very, very secluded, very private. There's no signs. You know, you need to know where you're going, otherwise you will never make it here, which actually adds to, you know, the beauty and the tranquility of it. Neil came up with the name Phoenix Landing. Phoenix has always been my spirit animal. I have a tattoo of a phoenix since I was like 18 years old. And, you know,
you wanted a place to kind of land
to land and settle so that I can get my lower chakras balanced, because I've been all over the world. And Neil was completely on board with giving me that place to land, so hence the name that he came up with, Phoenix Landing.
We were just trying to figure out, like, how can we make the finances of this place work? Like, we want to do all this work, but we need something to start a little business to make it pay for itself. So, like, we should just throw up the teepee and see if anybody wants to come out and stay in it. And it turned out that a lot of people did, actually. It's been incredible just how much people love this place. The amazing times that they had bonding with their families and their friends, and they let us know about that. And to me, that's honestly one of the best parts. And when you look through the logbook, like, you can see.
Just knowing that families have come out here with their young children as well and have created memories that their kids will remember forever.
Yeah.
Just makes my life seem like meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
So is this the wonky cabin that had scared you originally away from being super excited about the land?
Yeah, when you walk in, it feels like you're a little drunk because everything is sloping so much.
Actually, you feel like you're on a sailboat.
Oh, well, we are on the water.
I mean, it's like a vessel cabin.
To balance it, we'll pour a basement, proper foundation. We'll lift it up a few feet. Add on a little bit. You can add on 30% per state codes.
But we're going to keep the integrity of it,
remodel
like the rustic kind of vibe. But inside, it'll be very modern.
You also have an in-town project that you're working on.
Yes, that's right, the Gilkey House.
You want to check it out?
I do. Let's go see what's going on.
Let's go.
Okay.
Welcome to the Gilkey. It was built in 1879 for Frank Gilkey, who was a maritime merchant, I believe. And he chose an architect by the name of George Harding, who is phenomenal. I mean, you'll recognize some of his buildings in Portland, there in the Old Port. His style is like what we call American Gothic Victorian, which means it's not your just typical, Victorian. It's got those pointy windows and the spire, and it's got a little bit more character to it. I could just see us living here, and we crunched the numbers, and it made sense. We made an offer, and we were supposed to close on May 15th.
Ended up there was a delay, followed by another delay. So we had to move out to the cabin, which didn't have running water, didn't have any sort of plumbing, so we had to
no toilet.
We had to get all that rolling ourselves.
No shower. But thank heavens, finally in September, we closed.
Talk to us about the beautiful plans that you have in store for this kitchen.
Well, we're going to add some windows. We're going to add an entryway to an outdoor area where you can go outside in the garden and, have your morning coffee and listen to the birds. And we're going to do marble floors with radiant heat. This is an old Victorian drafty house, and when I open the cabinets, I can feel the cold air just like blowing in.
So now I'd love to go see your little studio space at the other side of the house and see where you create some beautiful things.
This is basically the only corner in this 3,500 square foot home that would actually fit my enormous work desk. We call this room the den. There's a lot of original features still in this home, including the plaster work around the chandeliers, as well as all of the shutters are also original and still work. Of course, most of them are covered in lead paint, so I've been doing my due diligence, outside, scraping that paint off. But, again, that's sort of a back shelf project because our priority is the carriage house. We've been focusing our energy 100% on getting this place up and ready to rent, hopefully by April. It's a maritime concept, but it's a steampunk maritime concept. So it's not navy and beige. We've got black and natural wood, dark, and red, pops of red.
I've always loved this area. There's like a big sustainable sort of movement here. We have a great co-op and farming community. It's like a great year-round sort of community.
And plus the community really takes care of their main street, and it's just so unique. It's historical, it's gorgeous, but it's also a real village-like atmosphere. And the accessibility to just, walk out your door, walk down Main Street and be at the harbor and, walk your dog, it's just on a daily basis is fantastic.
Hi, I'm Vitalist, founder of Vitalist Real Estate Group, a boutique real estate brokerage located here in Portland, Maine. I started Vitalist Real Estate Group almost a decade ago with the purpose of having a small group of real market experts. And I think we've earned a reputation over the years of top-level market knowledge, but also honest advice. Our clients rely on us to know the market better than anyone, and we really try and deliver the best brokerage services that we can for our clients. We can do everything from residential, commercial, multifamily, and condos. We've got specialists in each area and look forward to helping our clients.
Libraries are an important hub of information and connection, especially now. We are visiting the Belfast Free Library, where Director Steve Norman will show us how the historic meets the modern and how they are continuing to support the community through COVID.
We are in the Belfast Free Library in the Gammons Room. This room has been the site of many wonderful piano concerts, string quartet concerts, bell choir concerts. The herringbone cork floor was part of the original construction, and so the library had a historic restoration and reproduced the herringbone pattern as part of that project. During the COVID shutdown, we were a lifeline for people stuck in their houses. So the use of our digital resources just skyrocketed. Then when we reopened, people were so delighted to be able to come in here again that by last month our circulation was back up to about pre-COVID numbers. So there is definitely the demand. People need the library's resources and still our digital resources.
We are on the children's floor at the Belfast Free Library. It's quiet at the moment. Normally it's packed with kids, but at the moment things are a little quieter. We've been trying to do a lot of things remotely. Starting in the summer, we started these take and make projects, and so in the summer it was once a week, but now it's been once a month. We have a day where kids can come and pick up projects. There's one for younger kids and one for teens. Each month something creative, and we send them home with all the materials they need. Another way that we're helping to engage with the community and just get our services out is through video story times and yoga story times that are available through our website. And we also have a podcast that we share through our website and through the Belfast radio station. Even in spite of COVID and everything that's going on, we're here and we are available to talk to people about books or other resources that we can offer for them online. We have a lot of things available through our website that people can access from home, and if they want to come in and just get an idea of how everything works, it's nice to just take some time in person to talk about all of that.
So we're at the entrance of the library, and this is also where you have some art displayed.
Yes, this is the Barbara Kramer Art Gallery, and every month we have new art exhibits for people to look at here in the lobby. And right now the exhibit is editorial cartoons by Douglas Coffin, who was the editorial cartoonist for the Waldo Independent, a local newspaper that was here from 1985 till about 2007.
Well, Steve, thank you so much for your time. I have such an affinity for libraries, and this was such a beautiful tour, so thank you. It's been so great to see how the Belfast Free Library and libraries across the state are supporting people during these times. So make sure to support your local libraries, and next time you're in Belfast, come on in and say hi.
First and foremost, Aristotle is an experience, and we want women to come here for the experience of a bra fitting. You know, unfortunately, most women go their entire lives not knowing what their true bra size is, and we provide the service of bra fitting. So from the moment you walk through that door, you are greeted and you are offered a one-on-one bra fitting and personal shopping session. And really what we're trying to do is help take the fear out of shopping for lingerie. And I cannot control how society makes women feel about their bodies, but what I can control is how they feel when they're within the four walls of this store and how they feel when they walk out that door. I am truly grateful to be able to do what I do, and I genuinely believe that it is my purpose to help women love what's underneath.
Hey, DJ, I like the melody, but I got to It's time to get moving. Shake it up. This month, upgrade to a new 2021 Honda CR-V. New vibe, new attitude. Discover new possibilities with a Honda and upgrade to a new CR-V. Stop by your local Honda dealer or visit mainhondadealers.com.
Even if the volume is off, we get your message across. Media Northeast is Maine's premier video production company with one goal: growing your company through compelling commercials, engaging social media content, and more. Our creative team works to reflect the hard work and dedication you put into your business. We live in a visual world. Let us help you captivate your audience.
At Barrett, we've created an apprenticeship program for carpenters. Some of our best employees have come through that program, and one in particular his name is Scott, and he started at 2 days a week. We were doing a project on Cushing's Island, and he would ride the water taxi with us every morning, and then it came to a point where he made a decision to come on full time. And he really showed that he understood our process and the company and the values and how we interact with our clients. And since then, he's become a shop carpenter and is now helping us spearhead a whole new shop division. So he's a huge success story.
I love living in Maine because you're able to be at the ocean one day and in the mountains the next day. We spend our summers on the boat on Sebago Lake, and we spend our winters skiing at Sugarloaf Mountain. There's no other state where you can be on the mountain one day and be in the ocean the next. I grew up in Down East Maine in Eastport, and one of the things that I learned was the importance of building strong relationships. I lived in the Virgin Islands, I lived in California, I've traveled a lot, but when I decided I wanted to start my family, there was no other place I wanted to raise a family than Maine. There was no other place I wanted to have a business but Maine. The reason being is that Maine is such a community. Everyone in Maine truly supports each other and wants to help small local businesses thrive.
The Thompson Brunswick area is really attractive. We have a lot of people looking here from Portland. The prices are just a little bit lower, and people, when they discover Brunswick and Thompson, they discover that there's everything here that they need to have a great life. We also have inquiries all the time from New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Arizona, California, Florida. A lot of people who have gone south discover that it wasn't all that they were looking for. They want to come home, and they want to have that tight community feel that you find here.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Places and Spaces. We are now going to check out this cabin renovation that these two sisters pretty much did completely on their own.
We are at our cabin on White Street in Belfast, Maine. My sister and I had been looking for places around Belfast, and this came on the market, and it was kind of funky and had a cabin vibe, which we liked. So we came over, took a look, and went for it.
I was a little skeptical at first. It was a little
banged up.
Yeah, and a lot of like knotty pine, which I wasn't really into, but I knew we could spruce it up, and Emily's great at interior decorating.
My sister and I doing a lot of sort of the initial sort of big work, and then my stepfather came by. He's super handy. He and his friends came over, and then my mom is also involved. My mom is an interior designer in town. So we spent many nights here moving stuff, painting stuff, cleaning stuff, hanging stuff. My sister and I grew up in a family of my dad, who was in the building business, and my mother, who's an interior designer. And so we kind of grew up in her shop and helped her on projects and went to installations and helped pick out fabric and swatches and did mood boards. So when I came back to Maine, I thought, great, I'll buy a house and I can be my own client. And I thought that was a great way to start seeing, in action if I really liked it. So this was the first property that we bought a couple years ago. And then I bought another place down in Brunswick, which I'm in the midst of renovating right now. It's really fun. I mean, I love the fact that it truly is a family affair. I think that's one of the things that makes it fun. But I also love, like, the more I learn about design, the more I love it, and the more that I, understand the world and where to source from, it just makes it that much easier each time you do it. So, I don't know, it's great. I love it. I'd love to get more into it and see if I can follow my mom's footsteps. It's fun and it's big enough so I can have friends and host people, which is great. I just love it, and Belfast is super special to both my sister and I. I think we sort of grew up coming here, and then over time we both moved here, so it's really become a pretty special place, I think, for both of us. It's a really nice community. A lot of people have moved here from other places and had pretty interesting lives, so just like going downtown to get a coffee, you'll end up talking to people in line. It's super friendly, and there's always a lot going on. There's nice amenities, good restaurants, the waterfront's beautiful, and the boatyard is amazing. It's really drawn a lot of people into town.
It's a great little town, good community. There's lots of things going on, festivals all summer. It's just a beautiful little spot.
Hi, I'm Adam Parent. I'm the broker-owner of Mainstream Real Estate Company, where we have full-time agents looking to provide a higher level of customer service to those looking to buy or sell in Maine. Clients are so important to me. I take the time to really listen to what they have to say, what their goals and aspirations are. I treat them like family. That's crucial to my business, and if I listen to them, I can really provide them the high level of service that they expect when buying or selling a home. Today, you have to be creative. 3 tips for selling in today's market. 1, have a plan of where you're gonna go when the property sells. 2, allow for creative marketing so we can get more viewers looking at your home. And number 3, most importantly, have your home show ready for potential buyers.
So hi, Chuck. Thanks so much for having me up to Belfast and the Mid-Coast. This is an area I don't know as well as a realtor, so I'm excited to hear about what's going on in your world.
Compared to most of the eastern United States, I think we still have great real estate values. I would say we're undervalued. You can make a good living, have your kids in a good school, lots of public access to fresh water and salt water.
And we know the Mid-Coast is a summer destination, but is this really an all year round place to be?
More people are staying longer. They might be here 8 months out of the year or 10 months out of the year instead of 3.
So is this a place for people who are in Portland to come visit and maybe even consider having a home here?
Absolutely. It's an easy day trip. We also have some really nice B&Bs, great local restaurants, great galleries. So whether you come for the weekend or come for a day trip, there's many things to do.
And I think we got a restaurant right behind us, Darby's, and Maggie and the owner have a table for us. So let's go check it out.
Let's check her out.
Well, great to see you guys.
Yeah, great to see you.
Thanks for having us.
So Corey, tell us where we are. Tell us about Darby's.
Darby started back in 1986. It's been here since 1865 and was owned by the Darby family back then. In '86, the former owner, Jerry Savitz, and his family purchased the building and turned it back into Darby's, and it's been here since then. When COVID happened, that threw a whole new monkey wrench into the system. Back when we first had to close down in March, it was the end of March, we had a pair of regular customers that came in or called and said, we'd like to order a $500 gift card. And we said, okay, we'll have that ready for you. We're here. Yep. They came and they showed up and paid and said, we don't even want the gift card. We just wanted to, it brought tears to our eyes. So we're like, well, no, we already have it made up, so you have to take it. Community support like that is something you don't find a lot of places. We're thankful for it.
Yeah. So cheers. Thank you for having us, Corey.
Thank you.
Chuck, thank you for telling us all about everything going on in Belfast. And thank you for joining this episode of Places and Spaces in Belfast. We hope you've seen something that inspires you to come up and take a look for yourself. And if you have a special place or space, send us an email to info@mainlifemedia.com and follow on Instagram @PlacesandSpacesMaine. To all of you that call Maine home for a weekend or forever, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Listen to the water as it makes its way between